Sound check. Sound check. About to check the sound check. Get it? The sound's about to be checked. What you mean, nigga? Protect your neck. Hit you with the motherfucking wet. Shaq, West, Mo Bamba, Magic, Orlando, Florida, man. Carol Baskins killed her husband. Bars. Hey, shit. Welcome to the Goowap. It's your boy Goowap, aka David Goolsby, or the other way around, David Goolsby, aka Goowap. This is the Goowap. Just sitting in this quarantine, not doing shit at all, but watching TV and caring about things that no longer exist. Actually, you know what? I got to give a quick shout out to the motherfucker, Lil Dicky, bro. Lil Dicky, I watched season 1 of Dave, his show on FXX, and boy, he did his thing, boy. He did his thing. Did the thing. The thing. He was out here. Yeah, that was a really good show. And I think it's honestly, bro, one of the best season finales I've seen of almost any show. You know, I'm really tired. I really hope that after this show, after this first season, people kind of take him more serious as a rapper. Because, I mean, he's been one of my, favorite people to listen to for a good while now. Maybe it's because I'm a comedian. Maybe it's because I'm just not that, what's the word? Cool. Yeah, I'm, just in the quarantine, living life, not doing well or doing very well. It's I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm really ready to go back to doing stand up. Actually, I listened to one of my old recordings. Well, I guess it's not old because it's only been a month and a half maybe, but that seems like forever. And it's not. I wasn't one of these big dogs, stomping around doing 5-6 shows every weekend and shit like that. But I mean, bro, 6 weeks of missing comedy at any level, that's a lot of comedy you're missing out on. Because just thinking about most comedians, we're getting up at least 3-4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a mic or a show. So you're talking about whatever 4 times, 4 or 5 times, however many weeks you've personally been, in quarantine. That's a lot of fucking comedy you missed out on. But yeah, I listened to one of my old sets. Like I said, not that old. But I listened to the set and it made me angry. Angry. Listen to me do good made me angry. And really, I don't think it really made me angry. It just made me miss actually getting out there more. So, yeah, I hope this shit gets lifted. Like I said, but people gotta die. People have to die. This is the only way that anything ever works out. If everybody stayed alive and everybody survived every bad thing that happened in history, we would never progress. So I say just let the floodgates open. Let niggas die. Goowap said that on whatever platform I released this shit on. I just think it's weird. You guys don't really know me. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know who you are. But, I said a comedian, which is just, shorthand for unemployed. So, I've been spending my day not doing shit. Caring about more successful fake things that are going on in my life. I've been really into, my 2K, my career. Just extremely into it. I'm thinking about, getting traded. Trying to find my own way so I can get the recognition I deserve because I'm tired of carrying LeBron James to the finals every fucking year. I'm going to get my 3-peat with the Lakers and I'm going to dip out to a shitty team in the East. Because if I'm going to carry somebody, listen, if you're going to carry a team, don't carry your team with LeBron James on it because you're not going to get credit for it. You will not get credit for carrying a team with LeBron James. Because it doesn't matter how many points this nigga scored, how many rebounds, how many assists. He's going to get the credit. He is going to get the credit. That punk bitch. I love that nigga in real life, though. Hate that nigga on 2K. drinking my coffee out of my transforming Dragon Ball Z mug. Shouts out to David Decaro, very good friend of mine, probably a better comedian though. Bought me this shit for Christmas like 2 years ago. This is like the most I've ever used a Christmas gift. Like most Christmas gifts I get, by the time like March rolls around, I don't even know where that shit is. This nigga gave me a Dragon Ball Z transforming coffee mug. It's been 2 years. That's friendship. He knows what I like. He got me this and a bottle of whiskey for my eggnog for Christmas 2 years ago. I still remember that. Be a good friend to somebody. I've been watching a lot of Community on Netflix, and it's an underrated show. I'm surprised. Like, you know, I've watched Community before, like, you know, in my younger days. And, you know, to be honest, and this could always be like hindsight bias. How shit always, like when everything is over, it always seems really good after it's over. And I don't know if it was just because I was just rewatching it or whatever, but Community was a little ahead of its time. Either it was ahead of its time or like it just hit everything right as it came out, like right when it came out, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna keep it hot. Donald Glover was the heart and soul of that show. And when he left, it was not the same. When Yvette Nicole Brown left, nigga, the only thing keeping that show together is the Dean. Shouts out to Jim Rash. I've been watching a lot of 2K simulations. I don't remember this dude's channel. I feel like, you know what? Today is just a day of shout outs. I'm giving out shout outs all fucking episode. I'm just going to tell you guys what I've fucking been on. I've been fucking, Jesus Christ, YouTube channel Click Productions, CLIQUE Productions. This dude is has way too much free time on his hands. He simulates careers. Like he will re-simulate careers on 2K20. I don't even have 2K20. I got 2K19 because I'm not spending money. It's just not what I do. I don't spend money. But yeah, shouts out to Click Productions for wasting my time 45 minutes at a time per video. He actually had this video, one video that I really liked. He had a video where he like re-simulated Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan's career to where they all were in the same rookie draft class. Michael Jordan still ended up winning like all the rings. I think Michael Jordan won like 12 rings or 11 rings. He won 11 rings. This dude had a 4-peat and 2 3-peats. And then like a Lucy. So, I mean, even in a simulation, Michael Jordan is the GOAT over LeBron James. They did, however, do Kobe Bryant so disrespectful on that simulation. Kobe Bryant hardly ever made an all-star team or an all-NBA team. Even though he was like averaging like 30-something points most of his career. And unfortunately, that was like, you know, him staying with the Charlotte Hornets. That's a bad move. That was a bad move. You would have thought Kobe Bryant would have been able to lift that team around. All those fucking bad teams he played with the Lakers later in his career. Young Kobe apparently could not do it with the Hornets, according to the 2K20 simulation by Click Productions. So check that out or send that nigga hate mail. Don't send him hate mail, bro. I enjoy his videos. Don't fucking do that to him. Don't be a dick. I don't know, man. It's just been fucking boring. You know, not really doing shit, not really getting to leave the house the way that I want to in the capacity that I want to. I only leave the house to go to the woods. Like, I will walk around the woods and encounter nature for no fucking reason, even when I don't have to. I ran into, like, a family of deer, and deer are fucking stupid. They're just squirrels with hooves. That's all the fuck deer are. They're just things that get scared easily and fuck up traffic. That's all deer do. If there's anything else a deer does, please let me know. And eat vegetation. And at least squirrels, like, plant trees. Like, they run around, they hide acorns and shit and forget about them. And then a tree grows, like, 200 years later. What does a deer do? Nothing but ruin cars in suburban areas. What a bunch of dicks. That's my hot take on deers. I feel like the only thing that there really is to do during this quarantine is to like spend money or waste time. Waste money or waste time. That's how I really should have said it, because spending money is wasting money if it's not making money. Oh, you feel me? You feel me? You feel me? But yeah, dude. And then also it's like, I don't like browsing around Amazon looking for shit that I don't need, can't afford. And I've never been a materialistic guy, But I have noticed, like, as I get older, I have built like this weird attraction for Jordan shoes. And like I don't have any shoes, like I don't have any Jordans or whatever. But I didn't have any growing up. Mainly because I wasn't about to ask my parents to buy me $200 pairs of shoes in middle school just so I can wear it to gym and run in the mud in them bitches, because I don't care. But now I'm like, them shit's just fire. But then I'm like, I don't want to spend $300 on some fucking shoes, nigga. On some shoes. I like nice things, bro. Don't get me wrong. I know I look very down to earth and humble, in my outward appearance. But I do like nice things. I just can't afford them. And then even when I can, I don't like to pay for them. Like, I'll get a $300 pair of shoes if I can get it for $75. Like, that is like the frugal to like just expensive taste ratio I have. Like, if it's $300, I'll get it if I can pay $75. And usually it's a knockoff at that point. So then I'm just wasting $75 on some shit that I didn't want in the first place. I don't want to call my niggas out, but I did have one friend who, like, when the Yeezys came out, like when Kanye had like his first real big thing with Adidas in like 2015, I had a friend who had bought some Yeezys, and they were fake. We all knew they were fake. They looked fake. We were like, hey, them shits is not real. And you can tell. You ever seen someone like try to like pass off fake shit, but like they're like leaning to one side. Like, I don't know if it was like the sole of the shoe or whatever, like that bottom, like that thick bottom part of the shoe, like not the actual bottom sole, but the thickness, like the thick between the sole and the bottom of your foot. Whatever that was not even. So my nigga was like leaning forward to the left, like a little bit too much. So he's just always off balance. You try to get that nigga to run in him, he will fall. He will fall. It's like running on a hill that just like takes like a loop. But yeah, and I know he paid at least $200 for them fucking shoes. Paid $200 for some fake shoes that kept him off balance. That's just not how I want to live my life. But if I can find shoes that will keep me on balance that cost $300 but are being sold at $75, boy, that's all on me, nigga. I get everything used. Like, I mostly wear hand-me-downs. I'm not offended by it. Not offended. Offended is not the word. I feel no type of way about wearing hand-me-downs. This sweatshirt is a hand-me-down. You can't see it unless you're looking at a video. I'll probably wear this sweatshirt again. Y'all will probably fucking see it. But, I don't know. I'm just not a materialistic dude. Which is weird because the college I went to, it was very, like, fashion was a big thing at the college I went to. Like, we're known for, like, 3 things. Maybe 4, depending on, like, what you're into. But it's always, like, engineering, football, and then, honestly, bro, there's a lot of, like, streetwear lines that come out of A&T. That was going to be the 3rd thing. The 4th thing is always parties or gonorrhea. It's the same thing. Party, gonorrhea, it's the same thing. HIV, AIDS, hey, bro, it's all a symptom of a good time. Or herpes. Herpes, that's not always a symptom of a good time. It's often a symptom of a worse future. Why am I talking about herpes? But yeah, like, it was just a lot of fashion or whatever that was going on in my school. So, people size you up. Like, at A&T, people size you up by your outfit. So, I spent 4.5 years, the 4.5 years I was at A&T, I spent completely in sweats and slides. Like, sweatpants that may or may not have had holes in the crotch, and slides. And sometimes, this is how I'm trying to do better. I'm really trying to do better with, like, my outward appearance. But I was at a point where I was wearing socks with holes with my slides. That's bad. That is bad. And I want to tell anybody that's in college right now, if you are wearing socks with holes and slides, like you can see your toes, but you're not supposed to. You got open toe, you covered up your toes in an open toed shoe, but the cover got holes, so your toes are still exposed. And I got ugly feet, my nigga. Ugly feet. Oh, I don't have, well, okay, I'll take that back. My feet aren't ugly. I got one ugly ass toe on my left foot. Like that fourth toe, like the one that's like right next to your pinky toe. Wait, time out. Yeah, that fourth toe, like right next to that pinky toe, that shit is hideous on my left foot. Hideous. The rest of my feet pretty, bro. The rest of my feet pretty. I don't need no pedicure, nothing, nigga. That one toe, though, is like, it's a rotten apple, bro. I'm scared for the rest of my toes, bro. I'm scared for the rest of my toes. Like, sometimes I'm like, I should get diabetes just so I can have a perfect foot and then no foot. Like, just chop this bitch off. I don't need it. It's not aesthetically pleasing. At least not on the same level as the rest of my body, which is also not as pleasing without clothes. Is that enough body shaming? Have I body shamed myself enough? Do you want to hear more of my body shaming? Social distancing has ruined the body shame game. I just want to throw that out there. Like, the things that used to keep me motivated to like be in the gym are just no longer there. And it was mainly other people. Like, I don't know about you guys. I got friends that care about me, bruh. My friends are always trying to get me to do better in the most aggressive ways. So, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm used to being bullied, into like, working out, trying to stay in shape. You know what I mean? Even though I've never really like gotten skinny, I've never really gotten skinny, but I've been able to hold my own on a number of physical altercations, and that's just what really matters. And, it wouldn't be that way if my friends didn't bully me and shame my body publicly. So in order to like keep that same motivation, just to like kind of keep myself, in at least halfway mobile shape, I've been like squeezing my fat rolls like a stress ball, just squeezing it till it hurts and it turns red. And then I point at myself in the mirror and call me fat. Because that's what keeps me motivated. That's what keeps people healthy. Shame, we need to stop getting rid of shame. Like, there should be shame in this world. The fact that there's no shame is the problem. There should always be shame. I'm not saying don't be a hoe, but be ashamed. Be ashamed you a hoe. Be ashamed you a hoe. Ain't nothing wrong with being a hoe, but at least be a little ashamed. Ain't nothing wrong with being fat. You can be a good person and be fat. The same way you can be a good person and be a hoe, but be ashamed a little bit. Shame shows you care. Shame shows you care. When we get rid of shame, we get rid of caring. And then where are we at now? Just a bunch of people that just don't give a shit about ourselves or other people. It's not the world I want to live in. Look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump is what happens when you live in a world with no shame. I don't mean to get political, but Donald Trump, that nigga ain't got no shame. Hilarious. If he was anything besides the president, I'd probably like him. And that's just me being genuine. If he was anything besides the president, I'd probably like that nigga. But he has no shame, and therefore the rest of the country has no shame, and that's why we're out here. And fuck those people protesting the fucking quarantine. I don't like this shit either, but goddamn, dude, stay the fuck home. I think it's crazy that all these fucking, for being honest, white people are protesting and not shit is like no one's doing anything about it, but talking about lifting the quarantine. Bro, they killed a nigga in Ferguson. Black people protested and they tear gassed them niggas. They tear gassed people who protested wrongful murder. But yeah, you got to stay inside for like 2 weeks longer than you wanted to. I fucking hate people. It reeks of privilege, if you ask me. It's like entitlement and privilege. Stay the fuck in the house, bro. Stay the fuck in the house. If you got internet or cable, There's no reason you should be complaining about this quarantine. I understand money's tight. I understand money's tight. You think Goowap ain't affected by the quarantine on an economic level? I'm devastated, nigga. Devastated. But Pornhub Premium is free right now. Bro, you know Pornhub Premium, you know those prices, those rates are going to jump the fuck up after this, bro. Like, it's going up at least $2, $3. And listen, I don't really have a Pornhub Premium. I have no idea how much that shit costs. But I can only feel like it's around the price of a Netflix subscription, which I also don't pay for. So, if you're willing to drop $15 a month to see 3 minutes of naked people a night, then, live your life. But there's no reason we should be complaining about this quarantine, you know what I'm saying? Because it'd be one thing if it was just you. If it was only you that could say, hey, you, John Jingleheimer Schmidt, you are on quarantine while the rest of the world continues to prosper economically. Yeah, I'd be mad. I'd protest, you know what I'm saying? Stand by my nigga John's side. But it's literally not just you, not just your community, not just your state, not just your region, not just the country. The whole fucking world is in quarantine right now. The whole fucking world is inside and is stopped right now. And you think that you are so special, you think that you are so important, that you're just like, I have to be excluded from this boredom. That's really all it is. We're just bored. We're just bored as shit. And yeah, I mean, I still hope that, this quarantine gets lifted soon. I hope these, I hate to say, I hope these fucking white people get their way that are protesting. Because I would love to go back out in the world and make a little bit of money, do better for myself. But hey, what are we going to do, bro? Pornhub Premium is free. I got Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube. Drake dropped a new album I haven't listened to yet. Yo, shouts out to, speaking of new albums, bro, I want to give a shout out to Westside Gunn. I don't know any of these people. None of these people know me except for David Decaro. And you'll probably see that nigga if you don't know him already. But yeah, shout out to Westside Gunn, her new album, Love from Paris. Is that the name of that album? I got to look it up again. I just listened to it. It was fucking, it's like that, though. Pray for Paris. Westside Gunn, Pray for Paris. Check that shit out. That's a pretty good album. It has some dope ass features from Tyler the Creator. Goddamn, who else is on this? Wale was on there. Benny the Butcher, Freddie Gibbs. Yo, first shout out to Benny the Butcher, bro. I only heard of him I started listening to him like a year ago, and he is slowly becoming one of my favorite non-New York City New York rappers. Cause I don't know if y'all know, but every rapper from New York is not from the city. You know what I'm saying? Some of these niggas are from Albany, upstate, Buffalo, other places in New York. But it's crazy how one city can just claim a whole state like that. Whenever someone says New York, we're not thinking about any other part of New York besides New York City. And even then, we're mainly thinking about Manhattan or Brooklyn. I've never been to New York because I'm poor. But, I can't stay in the fucking country forever, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's always living out here with these trees, nigga. I got allergies. I want to spend a few springs not sneezing every second. Do allergies affect people in New York? If you're from New York, I don't know how you're going to contact me. Email me, davidgoolsbystandup@gmail.com. Do you still get seasonal allergies in New York City? And is it bad? Because down here it gets bad. It gets bad, nigga. Eyes get red, nose stuffy, eyes watery, I'll get a fucking, what you call it? A pollen rash? I'll just be itchy, bro. Itchy as shit. So, if you have seasonal allergies and you live in New York City, let me know how that shit is. Because, and also LA people, let me know how the seasonal allergy game is in LA. But I feel like in LA it's a little bit worse because you're probably close. You're closer to water, and it's probably more plants and shit. Hella mountains, wildlife. Is LA by water? It's not. There's a beach though, right? I don't know. I hate that like Los Angeles is a county and a city. Like it's like a city within the county with the same name. And I don't know which I think it's, sometimes, I'm so uneducated and like not well traveled. Everything surprises me and confuses me outside of North Carolina, if I'm being honest. So, hey, anybody from those places, if you want to put me on game about the seasonal allergies out there, and anybody from LA who wants to tell me the difference between LA, the city, and LA, the county, and how come niggas that don't live in LA, the city, but just live in LA, the county, still get to claim LA, I would like to know. I would like to know. Because it's like, is Compton the city in Los Angeles County, or is Compton the neighborhood in Los Angeles the city? Because then it's just like, all right, Snoop Dogg's from Long Beach, but is Long Beach just a city in Los Angeles County, or is Long Beach like a particular area in Los Angeles the city? I'm so confused. Hey, well, welcome. I meant to say goodbye. Thanks for listening to the Goowap. Well, hold up. I'm going to do this outro over. I'm going to do the outro over. Hold up. Hey, thanks for listening to the Goowap. I fucking appreciate you from the bottom of my Goowap heart. You know what I'm saying? From the bottom of this Goowap's heart. I thank you for listening to the Goowap. Share it, like it, subscribe to us. Yeah, enjoy your quarantine. I hope you guys stay safe. Don't get sick. If you do, hey, nigga, it's like that sometimes. Don't die. If you do, hey, nigga, it's like that too. So, hell yeah.